The Tower. The Tower card is full of quick and aggressive energy. I feel that the Tower card is one of those cards that everyone sort of fears or has a negative reaction when they see this come up in a reading. The Tower and Tarot card is the connection to astrology, and it offers a deep insight to the disruption and the awakening and transformation. The Tower card is ruled by the planet Mars and the element fire. We also make reference to some other planetary relations, and I'll get into that in a minute. First, the meaning. The upright of the card means chaos, destruction, sudden changes, trauma, a disaster, or a loss or some type of tragedy. In the reverse, it means resisting the change, averting disaster, avoiding the tragedy, delaying something that was going to happen anyway, or anticipating the outcome. So let's take a look at the astrology side of the card, and then we will talk about how the two relate. When we look at the Mars energy, Mars is very bold energy. It's ruled by a fire sign, Aries. And as we've talked about in some of the other videos, the Aries is a very powerful energy. In astrology, Mars is the planet of battles and fighting. It also has an energy of power over danger or taking action with a driving force. I want to point out that a lot of this is a masculine type energy. There's a lot of aggression with Mars, but there's also a lot of leadership and clear direction when it moves. When we talk about the fire sign associated, or the fire element, I should say, associated with the energy, again, just reiterating that this is a masculine energy. And it does not have to be a man. When I talk about masculine energy, we are talking about the masculine, which means its drive to move forward with sudden initiation. Also, fire signs are quick to react or acting on instinct. It also means that somebody is looking at the bright side or has a more upbeat view on the situation. Keep all those things in mind. The Tower card imagery that we're going to talk about is how the tower is struck by lightning, the people falling from the sky, the flames, and just the chaotic sky in general. Those are key things you want to look at when you read this card. The astrological correspondence is Mars. The tower is most commonly associated with the planet Mars in astrology. Why Mars, you ask? Mars represents force, aggression, action, conflict, and drive. All elements reflect the tower's intense, explosive energy. Mars does not ask, it forces. Just as the tower collapses the illusion or ego, Mars pushes to act even when it's uncomfortable. The symbolic link. Tower events in astrology, Mars transit. So when we're looking at astrology, if you're into reading that, when Mars transits a sensitive part of our natal chart, like for example, squaring your moon or conjunct Pluto, you might experience tower-like events in your life. This is shocking revelations, breakups, job loss, or death to your ego, I should say. These are not punishments, they are wake-up calls or a course of correction. This is kind of some bonus content. The tower in context, the tower versus Pluto. While the tower is officially linked to Mars, it may associate with transformational power. So we want to think about that when we look at this card as well. It's also about a transformation. So the transformational power is with Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth. The overlap emphasizes Mars, the action and the explosion, Pluto, the deep transformation that follows. Think of it this way. Mars is the lightning bolt, Pluto is what happens after all the dust settles. So let's take a little bit of a look at the card itself and the symbolism detected on the card. The tower itself represents a false sense of security that we are associated with our own rigid ego. As you can see, the tower is not yet crumbling, but it's also not built on a stable foundation. Everything's in fire, and it strikes chaos. People are literally jumping out of the building, signifying that there is no control over the situation, like they have no control. The lightning bolt is also another reminder that it is a divine intervention or a revelation of sorts. It's a shock to our system. The crown on the card is not often talked about, but the lightning bolt smashes and knocks the crown off the tower, symbolizing that the energy is flowing down from the universe through the crown chakra. It's a clear message from the divine. The final takeaway on the card: the tower is a scary card to look at first glance, but is often the most liberating card in the deck. In astrology, Mars and sometimes Pluto mirror this energy. Disruptive, yes, but also very necessary for growth. A quick reminder, if you're watching these as they come out weekly, I do have a little poll on my page where I want you guys to vote what suit of cards we go over next. You can find it on the, what is it called, the posts section. Just take a vote for wands, pentacles, cups, or swords. And if you want to just comment on the video too, I'll kind of take those into consideration. I just want to get some feedback from you guys, and I appreciate you all for watching.